everyone, my name is Rachel Nath and I am here to talk to you all about the Pythagorean Theorem. That sounds like a big word and super intimidating in math, but I promise you it is one of the easiest formulas you will ever do. So first of all, some background on the Pythagorean Theorem. It has to have a right triangle. If it doesn't have a right triangle, you cannot do this formula properly. So for starters, the sums of the squares of the lengths of the legs of a right triangle are equal to the square of the lengths of the hypotenuse. So to put that in more terms you'll understand, take a triangle for example. Each length of the triangle, which has 3 sides, is a leg. The leg stands for the A, B, and C, which comes to our formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The A is the length on the side. The B is the length on the bottom, or the leg, and the C is the length of the leg on the top. So in each problem, we are given a and a B, but we don't know the C. That is what we're trying to find. So for our first problem, I will write out our formula, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Then we draw a triangle for a visual aid. Make sure you have a right triangle because that is also going to be important for the hypotenuse later on. So our lengths that I chose of our legs are 2 meters and 10 meters. Also make sure when solving problems to include your units. It is super important because how are we to know what you're measuring if you don't include your units? It could be apples, it could be oranges, it could be measurements, it could be sticks. Whatever it is, make sure to include your units. It is super important. Trust me, I would know. So without enough jibber jabber, let's get to it. So we set up a formula as 2 squared plus 10 squared equals x squared. 2 times 2 is 4. That's a given. 10 times 10 is 100. That equals x squared. And then we take the square root of both. And 4 plus 100 is 400. I will show this when I'm done. And we also square x squared because what we do to one side, we do to the other. We end up with 20, so x equals 20. And make sure to include your units, it'd be 20 meters squared. And then we box it. See, that is how you do a Pythagorean theorem problem with your right triangle. That is one example. Now we have another. We're gonna kick things up in high gear. So, buckle your seatbelts. Boys and girls, whoever's watching this video, I'm gonna kick things up. Okay, so since I have a word problem, it is a very long word problem in length, so bear with me. I'm not gonna write it down on my board because I'm not gonna have room for the work, but I'll just read it to you. The length, the bottom of a bookshelf must be placed, I'll do that again. The bottom of a bookshelf must be placed 5 feet from a wall. So what I've learned from word problems, being in Math 100 this semester, is that we need to break down each step of the problem. Word problems are less intimidating when you break it down. So the first thing I know that stood out is the measurement 5 feet from the wall. A wall. A wall, the wall. It's a wall. That's what matters. 5 feet from a wall. Our next part of the problem, the bookshelf itself is 24 feet long. Bookshelf. I gotta write that again. My handwriting, being left-handed, your handwriting is so poor, so you have to rewrite things again and again. So bear with me, friends. I'm trying my best. Okay, 24 feet long. Okay. Second of all, how far above the ground does the bookshelf touch the wall? That's what we don't know. So just like we don't know our c squared from our a squared plus b squared equals c squared, we don't know how far above the ground. So we draw a triangle again, and this time we have 5 for our a. That's a terrible 5. I'm gonna do that again. And 24 for our b. But we don't know our C or how far above the ground, so that is our unknown. Then we take, this is a little bit different than the formula we did before, but it is still the equation format, so bear with me. 5 squared plus x squared equals 24 squared. Now 24 squared is 576. 5 squared is 25 plus x squared, and we subtract, and we get 551. Then we take the square root of 551, and we also square root our x squared, and we end up with 2347. So the length that the bookshelf is above ground is 23.47 feet long. And if we're writing a word problem, we'd make sure to write the whole sentence. The bookshelf is 23.47 feet long above the ground. So it's very important that you have your units and your proper measurements and write everything down completely, because if the work's not complete, how are we going to know what the answer is? So this is what our word problem consists of and looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Pythagorean Theorem. I hope it makes you feel a little less intimidated than the word Pythagorean Theorem by itself. And thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more fun content. I'm Rachel Math, and this has been a Math Minute. Thank you for watching.